Oh, welcome all to the SnailTrail4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how fantastic camping in Fords is, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs. My name is Tyler, and joining me for another episode of SnailTrail4x4 podcast is the one and only Mr. Jimmy Jett. How you doing, buddy?
I'm a little tired, but I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep. It was a fun weekend. And then we had a guest over on Monday night and we stayed up a little later than normal.
Okay.
And then I had to wake up a little earlier than normal.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Doing good. It's all been fun times for sure.
Good. You got the week started off in a good light then, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
Always.
Sounds good.
This is going to be a great week too. I'm excited for it.
You're excited for this week?
Yes.
Why is this week going to be great?
Because both my wife and child are going back to school.
Hey, congratulations.
So free time is back for Jimmy.
Yeah. I got a little taste of that. Of your, I don't want to say predicament, of your your
life,
your summer life.
Yeah, summer life. Sure.
Yeah, the wife, the secretary, she just got an official job offer, right? So she knows when she starts, but she doesn't start for like 3 weeks from when she got the job offer.
Yeah.
So now she's like, I don't have to spend 5 hours a day, submitting job applications and all this other stuff. She goes, I can just relax now, finally.
Yeah.
And so she's been wanting to go do stuff. And Reed is off of daycare, school, preschool, whatever you want to call it. He's getting into this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah.
And so the secretary wanted to go do something on Friday and then wanted to go camping Sunday, Monday.
Yep.
So I didn't really get to work very much on work at all Friday or Monday. And I'm like, and then today is podcasting day, right? So I'm like, I don't know what my inbox looks like. I'm just freaking out. I'm just like, I'm just going to, people just got to reach out, I guess, if they need me for anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure.
So, yeah, fun times.
Yeah. That's the story of our lives right there.
Yep. All right. So this is Thursday's episode.
Yep.
Which means we've got some fun things that we've been up to over the weekend. Some shenanigans and things we did that we haven't told each other yet. So we get to divulge, whatever, our weekend to each other. And you guys get to listen and be a part of the conversation here about learning what goes on behind the doors at Jimmy and Tyler's places.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because Tyler and I don't talk like all week.
Yeah.
We're in some group chats and stuff that our friends talk, but we usually don't share what we kind of have been up to for the most part all week until today when we sit down and record.
Yeah.
This is our let's talk with our buddy time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun.
So yeah, we'll get to recap some fun adventures we both had over the weekend. We both got to go out on some adventures. I know Jimmy was down at Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks. I went camping out at Loon Lake.
Nice.
Which is, I'm kind of excited to talk about it because it's, I'll tell you.
Did you do the North Campground or South Campground?
South.
Okay, cool. I want to hear about that.
Okay, yeah. I didn't even know there was a campground at the South.
Oh yeah.
I've heard of people talk about it, but I've never known exactly where it is, and we'll get into that why in a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know how to get there.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's you'll see why in a bit. You'll understand. So got that going on. I also went up to Sierra Trek.
Okay.
So I made kind of a last minute decision to go up there and say hi to people and hang out for a day trip.
Nice.
So we'll have that to talk about as well. And then I have quite a few updates on Fiona and Kermit.
Wow. All right. It's going to be a busy week or a busy episode for sure.
Yep.
Well, then we should probably just jump right in. But before we do, we have some housekeeping that we need to take care of.
We do indeed.
This month's giveaway is with our buddies over at Gear Wrench Tools. Gear Wrench is releasing a brand new line of high-vis tools. They have, traditionally, they just have sort of etched into their tools the size of that specific socket or wrench. But now they are coloring them, painting them, and putting what looks like a powder coat of some sort on one of the sides as well to make it really easy for you to know what tool that you need and or to grab. So we're giving away a set of 18. What are these? This is an 18 SAE long beam combo wrench along with a set of sockets that are all standard as well to one lucky individual. And we're going to give away a matching set, but all metric versions to a lucky individual. So we've got a metric set and a standard set of wrenches and sockets that we are giving away.
Yeah. So pretty cool. I think the total value we found was around $200 per winner. Per wiener?
Well,
250 per wiener?
Something along it was close to 250.
Yeah.
The way that they had things marked up, it was about $200, I think, for the wrench sets. And then the socket sets were about $50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, cool. We'll have 2 wieners for the month of August here. Let's see. What else do we got housekeeping wise? The group buy for Wolfbox is still going.
Time out.
Okay.
If you want to get into this giveaway, you need to go over to iRate4x4 and go log in, go down to the watch list and discuss section, click on the SnailTrail4x4 podcast, and all your sign up options are there. Or you can go over to our Discord. The link for the Discord is down in the show notes. And you can, there are sign up options there pretty much in one of the top 2 or 3 tiers there. And it says support the podcast. And so you can do that on the Discord over on iRate4x4. Go for it.
Cool. So also for this month, we're doing that Wolfbox group buy. So this month, August, is the buying time for the group buy. So July was just kind of raising interest, seeing how many people we can get involved, how many units that we could potentially get, and see what discount tier we could get to. We made it to the top discount tier and got the discount code. It's over listed on the Discord server. So if you guys are interested in ordering up your Wolfbox stuff, come over to the Discord server and you'll find the discount code there. We're not going to put it out public because that would kind of ruin the whole point of the discount code and running everything with the channel here. So go over to the Discord or reach out to Jimmy or myself and we can get you that discount code for the Wolfbox group buy. You have until August 31st. The discount code is going to shut off on September 1st and we will not be able to turn it back on for you. So you'll miss out. And so make sure you get your stuff now.
Yeah, it's available on the Discord, or I did send out an email to those that have signed up. So if you're not on the Discord and you did not get your email, follow up with one of us and we can connect those dots.
Yep. Along with that, Lee over at Solve Function is giving a discount, 35% off for the cord hiders for the wolf boxes. So definitely go and check that out as well. That discount code is also on the Discord. But if you already have a wolf box, you could order one of these cord hiders. And the code there is wolf snail.
I think so.
Snail wolf.
Snail wolf.
Wolf snail.
One of those.
It'll
it's
be on
down
the Discord server.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes too.
Yeah. So 35% off one of the cord holders. They're really nice. It really cleans up the whole wolf box and kind of changes the whole look of it in your vehicle. It's really sweet. So kudos to Lee for, again, coming up with some really fun gadgets over there at Solve Function. So that's for the month of August. Let's see. We are probably, hopefully, a little closer than 796 reviews to 800. I didn't check it before we started recording, so we'll get an update for you guys on that on Monday. But definitely go and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It's the number one way that helps if people are searching for off-roading podcasts, 4x4 podcasts, podcasts about outdoor recreation. The more reviews that we have mentioning kind of those topics, those things that we cover, the things that you guys like listening to us about, the more that all of the podcast platforms will serve us to the search results, near the top of the search results. So it's like SEO for podcasting. And it's something you guys can do. It's super cheap. It's free. You just use your account or your friends' accounts to leave a review there. And then we do fun giveaways based on those reviews here on the show. And like at 800 reviews, we're going to be doing an Onyx Elite membership, which is 1 year of Onyx Elite for all of your exploring needs. At 850 reviews, we'll do the same thing. Swag pack is also going to come with both of those. And then at 900 reviews, we're doing a... You okay over there? Did you?
I'm good.
Okay.
I just dropped something.
Okay. Everybody just got a nice show of Jimmy's butt on the camera. So, anyways, at 900 reviews, we're doing a big giveaway with Morphlate at $900 worth of stuff for 900 reviews over at Morphlate. And one of the new products is shipping to the warehouse.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So we have the production units coming on over.
T30 torque spits.
Those two, yep. We have some of the production units being air freighted.
Okay.
So that we can start doing product images, marketing, start getting them installed in other vehicles and really pushing them to limits and get a few seed units out to people to also get installed and start pushing marketing on them.
Cool.
And then the rest of the production batch, which is a very limited production run just to kind of test the waters and see if there's demand for them, will be in about 30 days.
Okay. Nice.
So we'll have pre-orders up once they land here. We'll talk a little bit more about them in detail on the show. And then the pre-orders will be up on the website over at morphlate.com. And it's kind of first come, first serve, and there's pretty limited quantities. We did 100 units and some of them are going to Australia.
Wow.
So, there's not going to be a ton of units up for grabs. So if you guys want one of these, we'll have the pre-order and a sale on it just to kind of give people a motivator to get something in early to kind of, I don't want to say test it out. I've been testing it already and it's working great. But we want to get more people out there using them and to just get more real world applications of them. So we start figuring out what are some things that we can update or do to these in the future to make them better. So
sounds good.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we got? That's the reviews, giveaways, Wolfbox, Gear Wrench.
Talk about, cause this was you were doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't talk about it. Talk about the folder on Onyx Off-Road for the tokens.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that was the other thing I wanted to touch on. I got together with Onyx, our friends over there, to talk about the folder that wasn't quite working properly.
Yeah.
And they said they pulled it up on their end.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of the dev team pulled it up on their end and loaded it into their phones. And they were like, everything seems to be working on our end. Everything's showing. They logged into my account to look at the folder from my view and then compare it to their view on their accounts and the dev accounts. They said everything's showing correctly.
Okay.
They said probably what's going on is there's something going on with the cache in other people's apps.
Yeah.
And you just need to clear the cache, which will force a reload of the entire folder. The treasure hunt folder, right?
Got it. Okay.
And so I put up the instructions on how to clear the cache on your Onyx app, which is actually very simple. You just go into settings and then there should be an option there to clear your cache or straight in settings. So Trevor did it.
Yep.
And he said that everything is working correctly now and everything appears to be there. That's the correct number of,
or appears not to be there.
Yeah, exactly. Everything that should be there is there. Everything that's not there should not be there is not there. And I also went and Kellen said that he was trying to find one of the tokens that was up at near the Loon Lake Chalet.
Okay.
In the trailer parking area that I hid. And so he said he couldn't find it.
Right.
And so I was in the area this last weekend. So I went up there and tried to find it myself. I remembered which pile of rocks I hid it under.
Yeah.
And we probably looked around for 15, 20 minutes. Couldn't find it.
Oh.
So I deleted that token and hid a new one because I had some on me.
Yeah.
And I posted... replied to Kellen saying, hey, I replaced the token. Go find the new one if you want it.
Yeah.
And Trevor replied and said, hey, look, that old token is no longer showing in my folder. And the new one is. And that was
perfect
within 3 to 4 hours of when I posted it all. So it sounds like Trevor's folder is working again correctly. So if you guys are seeing issues with the Onyx SnailTrail 4x4 treasure hunt folder, clear your cache in your app and that should fix it. Seems like it is fixing it. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. What else do we got for housekeeping update stuff?
That's about it. If you're interested in getting into the treasure hunt or learning more about it, a lot of that information is on the Discord. And then that will give you the directions or the link directly to download the folder. All that's on the Discord. So you need to go to get onto the Discord to go get all the treasure hunt stuff.
I also, I was going through the SnailTrail4x4 website one day for something. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But I went onto the tokens page.
Okay.
And I added the URL to the Onyx folder on that page as well.
Okay, cool.
So you can go to snailtrail4x4.com/tokens.
Yeah.
And all the information is there too about what's going on. So.
Yeah. It's sort of, that page doesn't have any link to it.
Correct. It's kind of on its own landing page.
Yeah, because the website is on the token.
Yeah.
And so it gives you information about how to get in contact with us or what.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what is the token? In case, and we built it in case like somebody from the general public stumbles upon a token. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So they can go and learn about the treasure hunt game that we have.
So it makes sense that there should be a link there as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see that the hunt is still on to spell out Snail Trail 4x4, and we've got more tokens going out into the wild. I've been hiding at least 1 to 4 on every trip I've been on.
Wow.
So kind of unfortunately, a lot of trips I've been on lately have been around Northern California. Sorry, guys. But we are sending out tokens to other people around the country. So as more and more of those get out into the wild, there's going to be more opportunity for you guys to spell out Snail Trail 4x4. Mm-hmm. The first one to spell it all out gets a Master Mechanics tool set from Gear Wrench that we've had for 3 years, 4 years now, 5 years.
I don't know, a long time.
Trying to get somebody to win this and get it off out of Jimmy's shop. Go spell out Snail Trail 4x4. Everybody's pretty much competing with Trevor Clark at the moment.
Yes.
So I want to see somebody catch up to Trevor and make this a real competition for him. So
sounds good.
Let's see. Anything else, man?
No, I don't think so. I think that's about it. Yeah.
Cool. Then we'll take a quick break and we'll be right on back with the shenanigans and fun times that Jimmy and I have been up to over the past week. See you soon. Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that break. I'll get to learn about some of our show sponsors and some of the reasons why Jimmy and I really like working with our show sponsors here on the channel. Hopefully the show sponsors are also working well for you guys. That's a big thing for Jimmy and I to make sure that any companies we work with at Snail Trail 4x4 are going to be companies that you guys are going to want to work with as well. I don't know about I really fucking hate it when I'm like trying to do something and an ad comes across my screen for a hymns or something. I'm like, what? I have no interest in this. Why are you serving me ads that I have zero interest in? We're to a point in technology where if I'm going to get served an ad, I want to go shopping right now. That's what I want the ad to do. And hymns just does not do that for me. So no. Unfortunately not.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys, when you hear stuff about 4-Wheel Underground, about Onyx Off-Road, some of the other companies we've been working with like Wolfbox, Gear Wrench, etc., it makes you guys want to go support those companies because they're doing some really cool things in the industry. They're making some really cool products for the community. And that's why we like to work with them. So
absolutely.
Let's see. Yeah. While
we were out frolicking in the lobby during the break, I did think of something else that we could promote really quick.
Okay.
We more or less finished.
Hey, that's true.
Putting all the license plates up for all 50 states that we have or don't have.
Yep.
We put little markers on. So if you're actually on the YouTube, you can look at it. So we have everything from Alabama to Wyoming, all 50 states up here, but we do have some papers for states that we're actually missing. So which ones are we missing?
We got like the first whole 3 lines solid. That's pretty cool.
I know. We announced some that we were missing, like Connecticut and
I just broke it all.
You just broke it all.
Hold on.
Connecticut and some other ones. And I'm sorry I forgot your name, but you sent us in like 4 or 5 of the ones that we were missing at that moment. So that was really cool that you had them and you were listening, and it all worked out. But since Tyler is over here fixing the wall, maybe we need to pull those nails a little farther out, huh?
I think that one needs to come out a little bit.
Okay, one of those at least. While you're fixing that, I'll go over some of the ones we're missing. So we're missing New Hampshire, North Dakota.
Yep, this one here.
And then Rhode Island.
That's ND, not NO, just FYI.
Yeah, Rhode Island.
Uh-huh.
And then Texas.
Yeah, no one cares about that one.
Vermont.
Uh-huh.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it, man.
And then, so what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing 6 states out of 50.
Five states.
You're not counting this TX one?
Yeah, that one's weird.
Okay.
That's actually supposed to be a radio transmission. TX's transmission. So
yeah, I learned that the other weekend. Because I was trying to talk and it didn't have that. the TX in the corner.
Yeah.
I must have hit something to make it funky.
Yeah.
But yeah, we when we were going through a bunch of the plates, because you guys sent us some really fun plates.
Yeah.
We started laying them out by state, and then we raffled or looked through the stack of let's just take California, the stack of California plates that we had.
The 20 plates from California.
Yeah.
We still have 2 full boxes over there of plates.
Yeah. And so we were looking through all of those, and we picked out which one is most intriguing to us.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't even know what the California is just a black and yellow one.
And we wanted to go with the old school. Old school kind of high contrast of it.
But there's some really cool plates in here, like a state trooper one from Florida.
Yeah, that one's cool.
That's pretty neat. There was a sergeant one. We did put up Pennsylvania just now, which is Cyberman.
Yep.
Which is a good listener, a frequent listener of ours. That one's pretty fun.
Yep.
Tax Sergeant 1 from Illinois.
Yeah.
That's freaking rad.
That was cool.
And then there's just a lot of pretty cool plates that we don't see.
I gotta say, I think this one might be one of my favorites.
Which one is that?
It's
Missouri,
1976, 200-year anniversary from November 1977.
Yeah.
It's just an old school plate that has a lot of history, not just about Missouri, but about the country too. So
right.
That one's really cool. I just thought this one was funny. The Wisconsin one, because it's BBL. So
what's that mean?
Big booty Latinas, man.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's what we got here in the studio.
Yeah. So really cool.
Some really fun ones. Yeah.
I think I need to make another small announcement. Charles, we will add yours to the wall.
Yes.
Just they haven't happened yet. But this guy's fallen off too.
Yeah.
Bing. Solved.
Perfect.
So yeah, so super excited to get that going. Finally working on the studio a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have any of these plates, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Rhode Island, Vermont, Texas, and West Virginia, feel free to reach out to us and get them over our way, because we definitely would like to fill this wall up with all the states. I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think for since we have so many other California ones, I think we're kind of going to fill in the top and some of the bottom area with California. And I think we were going to make a corner for Smokey's Forerunners.
Yeah.
But I think he stole all those. But somewhere in here, we will add maybe up high. I don't know where we're going to add them, but we do have some international license plates.
Yes.
So they didn't quite fit into the grid pattern that we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll figure out how to incorporate them as we go. But
we're
super excited for this.
We're also going to be changing the layout of the studio sometime. From what it is, the casting couch and the chairs here in front of the wall, to kind of more of a elongated table where you're going to be able to see down and see a full view of the TV and the wall here. So we're going to have all this space around the bottom of the TV to put some of the international ones and some fun license plates there too.
Yep. So. Yeah, absolutely. So, just wanted to say that. Thanks to everybody who has donated all these license plates, because these definitely were not all collected by Tyler and I.
Yeah, no.
I think we only had the California ones.
I don't know. I don't know if any of mine are up there.
Yeah.
So
none of mine are up there right now, I don't think. So yeah. All right. So let's move on to what in the butt.
Yeah. Let's see what happened. I had updates for Fiona and Kermit.
Yeah.
And then
3 camping trips, 2 trips,
I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then as we said in the beginning, we took Taylor, the trailer, and the mini assistant and the assistant and and then my brother and his son. We went out to Sequoia National Park and Kings Canyon National Park.
Nice.
Yeah. So I have stuff to report on that. And
Sweet.
Yeah. So where do you want to start?
I want to hear about your trip.
Sure. Okay. Let's see. So we drove down on Thursday. I guess I should start I didn't do any work on Bobcat and I didn't do any work on Samantha. Yeah. I did a 4-day camping trip with the Slow County Crawlers out on the Rubicon last weekend. And then we're doing a 4-day, 3-night camping trip this week. So I had 4 days of work, 3 days of work to get done. So I had no time to work on vehicles in the meantime. So just snail armor and some back end and editing the podcasts were pretty much my time taken up by that. Mm-hmm. Plus having a wife and kid at home that want to go and do random things.
Yeah.
Thank goodness that's coming to a close. So on Thursday, our game plan was to leave about noon. I think we left about 12:30. When we looked it up the day before, it said it was going to take 4 hours to get there. Mm-hmm. And when we started out, it was 5.5 hours to get there. What the hell?
Traffic getting down through Fresno?
Just traffic and road construction.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it was brutal. I think it ended up taking us about 5 hours total.
Okay. Did you go essentially down 99 or I-5 to 198?
180.
180, okay.
Yep. So we drove down 99 to Highway 180.
Okay.
And then turned off, and it's just 180 all the way to the state park.
Nice.
Yeah. So that worked out really well. When we were driving in, there was a lot of smoke. There was because there's that fire that's going on.
The whole West Coast is on fire right now.
Yeah. Well, there's a fire going on near there, but not super. I was like, how close is this? And it's not that close.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it was probably a 2-hour drive or something to get to the fire, but, it's like a 2-hour drive from where we live. Right.
Okay.
From Sacramento. And it was a 2-hour drive from Fresno.
Okay.
So it was in the middle of those two, out more in the sticks, kind of by Sonora.
Okay.
Copperopolis, kind of that general area.
All right.
Actually, and our, one of the listeners of our podcast, Ultra 4 Jones, was out at fighting that fire.
Oh.
So kind of saw some of back stories on his Instagram.
Nice.
Regardless, we were driving in and I'm like, man, it's there's smoke. I can visually see smoke. You can't get a great view of anything. And so I was like, I wonder if it's just going to be nasty up there. I was really concerned about it. But it were actually all in all, it wasn't that bad. It did ruin some of the views. The canyon is quite remarkable, and it was foggy. It looked like it was foggy. It was just smoky. You couldn't see the canyon at perfectly, on a clear day.
Yeah.
But it still was striking. But yeah, so we drove in and we got there, almost 5-6 o'clock. And so it was kind of all right, we got to get camp up. We need to start making dinner, just start rolling everything out. The kids were good. So we took my nephew. We took my nephew with us, and my brother had to work on Friday. Okay. And then he drove up after work on Friday. Okay. So we had the nephew with us Thursday and all day Friday. And then the mini assistant and the assistant were there. And then, like I said, we had Taylor, the trailer. And then, so my nephew had his own tent, and the mini assistant wanted her own tent. Yeah. So, it all worked out. And nice. So we stayed at this campground called Princess. And I thought it was a fine campground. It wasn't really near water, but it was a 12-minute drive to water. Okay. So it wasn't that bad.
Not too bad.
I think if you're able to camp next to water or walking distance, easy walking distance to water, that always levels up a campground.
I agree.
But this one was more up in the hills. We were at 5,900 feet or 6,000 feet elevation.
That's a good amount. Yep.
So, yeah, and we had to drive almost, I think we had, for Kings Canyon and our campground, we had to go over 6,000 feet. I don't think we made it to 7,000 feet. But when we went into Sequoia, we went up to 7,000 feet, which was pretty crazy. At least for the roads out here in Sacramento and areas. We don't get up that high usually. Like what's Donner Pass? I bet it's
Donner is 75, I think 76. I think the highest we get is 8 to 85. There's not too many 9,000 foot, at least trails there. I'm sure there's some of the mountains get up to, and the Sierras get to 9,000, but in terms of trails, the
mountains, I mean, the highest mountain in the continental United States is in the Sierra Nevadas, which is Mount Whitney. And that's 14,300, I think. 14. Yeah, I think it's like 14,300. No,
not 15.
No, it's not 15. And then Shasta is 14,100.
Okay.
And they're, so they're all right around 14ers are the tallest mountains in the
continental U.S. Yeah, because there's 3 or 4 14ers in Colorado, and then 2 in California.
3 there might be more in California. I'm not 100% sure.
All right.
But then Denali or Rainier is the tallest mountain in the western or in the northern North America.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, but yeah, there's not many roads that get up above 7,000 feet in California.
Yep.
So it's kind of fun to get up that high. And, it's like we walked around the loop at the campground and we're like, wow, we're winded, It's like we had a drink and we're like, oh, we're kind of, it's like weird. Elevation affects how much you can have of alcohol too. So, but yeah, so it was we had a good relaxing trip, or a good relaxing night. We we were allowed to have fires.
Okay.
I checked, I looked it all up, and it was fire restrictions were there if you were under 5,000 feet elevation, but if you're over 5,000 feet, fire restrictions were open.
Interesting. I've never heard of fire restrictions being split by elevation before.
Neither have I. Huh. And so I was like, okay, I'll pack some wood. And so we took some firewood with us. And then when I looked it up online, and then I called the ranger district. And I said, yeah, we're camping at Princess Campground. This is, I'm just curious about fire restrictions. And she's like, oh, Princess is open. Like, no problems.
Okay.
And I was like, cool, I have my permit. So, and she's like, great. And then when we got there, the caretaker of the campground, the camp host came by, just to check us in and give us the parking permits and things. And I was like, hey, I asked the ranger, and I just want to confirm, we're allowed to have fires here, right? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. And I said, okay.
All right.
He's like, we sell firewood if you need it. I'm like, no, I brought some. And he's like, all right, cool.
Okay.
And so I was like, sweet. So we had a fire. It was so warm this weekend too. And even at 6,000 feet elevation, it got down to 75 at night.
Yeah. Jeez.
And, it was like, oh man. And so it was only a fire for ambiance.
Yeah.
It wasn't we didn't need it to stay warm. It was just this little 2 or 3 sticks of burning just to give a little bit of light.
Yeah.
And then, we just hung out, chatted. We didn't do marshmallows that night because we wanted to wait for my brother to show up. And we had a low-key night. Next morning, we had a slowish morning going, but we got going. And then we drove all the way back to the start at the kiosk to get into the park. And then we started the Shaka tours.
Okay.
Which have talked about in the past, but it's more or less, it's a GPS guided tour thing. And as you're driving down the road, it tells you things that you could pull off and see or go and do. And it also has a bunch of random stories in the meantime, and then some music in the downtime. And so the first one of the first stops we went to was this place called Big Stump. And it's kind of funny. This story either seems to happen for multiple trees, or they just use the same story for all these trees to kind of prove a point.
Okay.
And so, there was a Mark Twain tree back in the day, and people on the East Coast did not believe that the trees on the West Coast grew so large. So they cut the tree down. and then cut slabs of the trunk off and sent it to different places on the East Coast to prove that the trees grow this large.
Yeah, supposedly that's been done a few times to not just like the East Coast, but like to other countries too.
Right.
Like people didn't believe that trees grow this big and massive on the West Coast of the United States. So like, I want to say one tree got like cut down and shipped over to Japan and completely reassembled, something like that, just to show how big the fucking trees are out here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a recurring theme that I don't discredit it. I'm like, it makes sense. The trees are fucking huge out here, man. If you like grew up on the East Coast and all you're used to seeing are
birches
and fruit trees and stuff, and
they have pines and
pines here and there, but like
cedars and stuff out
nothing like what the giant sequoias do, man.
Yeah. And it was wild. And I'll start going into a little bit of stats in a little bit, but our campground used to be a giant sequoia like grove.
Okay.
And they'd all been cut down. Right.
Yeah.
And so there's these massive stumps.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's really old other trees.
Yeah.
But you look at this like pine tree that's growing that has maybe a 2-foot trunk.
Yeah.
And then it's growing right next to a stump that's probably 15 feet in diameter.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you're like, that tree, like you just don't get it. Like you're like, it looks fake.
Yeah.
Like, and I completely understand that people were like, no, they don't, no way they grow that big.
There was some I don't want to say some stories, some history of loggers back when they were logging these groves, of building houses on top of the stumps.
Yeah.
Like,
well, one of the, I'll get there.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the Mark Twain tree got cut down. It had a 19-foot diameter trunk.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a length of a car.
Yeah.
More, maybe. So maybe a length of like a sedan.
Yeah.
Like that is, I mean, that's how the diameter of it, right? Just crazy.
20-foot long is my deck over trailer.
Yeah.
Is the deck on the deck over.
The deck on the deck over. Yeah. My trailer is 16.
16 or 8? I think yours is 16.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's longer than, it's wider than the deck of my deck over. My trailer.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's probably as long as with the tongue.
Yeah.
You know,
right?
Almost. So it's just wild. So I have a fun photo of the mini assistant standing next to the Mark Twain trunk, and she's like as tall as the trunk is. And then, you know, she's a young lady, you know, whatever, like 2 feet wide. And then you just see this tree just expand. And it was wild. So anyway, so after that, then we went to the second stop on their tour, which happened to be the General Grant tree.
Okay.
The General Grant tree is in Kings Canyon. This is all Kings Canyon today. That is the second largest tree in the world.
Okay.
By volume. Yeah. Because they're so the giant sequoias grow up to like 270 something feet. But so they're not the tallest trees in the world. Like I think the redwoods, I think the Avenue of the Giants and the redwoods are the tallest trees in the world. And you know, those grow 300, 400, 500 feet tall or something like that. Super tall. Sequoias seem to be maxing out, at least at this time, about 270, 75 feet tall.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. But their trunks get so big, right? A redwood's trunk is 5-6 feet in diameter.
Yeah.
And we're talking, you know, the Grant tree, I think, was 23 feet in diameter.
Jeez.
Making it the second largest tree in the world by volume.
Yeah.
And it's wild because within a 60-mile radius of, I'm not sure where the actual center point is, but within a 60-mile circumference, all the giant sequoia trees grow in the world.
Yeah.
They don't grow anywhere else.
Yeah.
Which is, well, I mean, unless they're artificially planted.
Yeah.
Because I did buy some giant sequoia seeds that I am planning on, you know, growing a bonsai and having 1,000-year-old bonsai.
Okay.
Whatever. So we saw the second largest tree, and at that location, there was a tree that had been fallen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's natural. It must have been natural. I'm assuming it was natural because it was hollowed out.
Mm-hmm.
And these two guys built a house in the fallen tree that had been hollowed out. And they built a house in there, lived in there while they were building a cabin that was nearby.
Yeah.
So just crazy. They're big, like, so that we walked through it. Like we could stand up.
Yeah.
And like, don't have to crouch over or anything. And it was plenty of room for like 2 or 3 people. Like you were kind of close, but you were walked 20, 30 feet down this chunk of a tree that was completely hollowed out.
Yep.
You know, it's just crazy.
Yep.
You know, and everybody around had been like carving their names and doing all this stupid stuff and inside of it. But yeah. And one cool one, there was one kind of fun thing, and I don't know if it was true, but it said my nephew climbed this trunk at the Mark Twain area just because there's big old trunks everywhere. And there's this one that would like tore up and like fell and cracked and was still there. And so he climbed up this thing pretty high and he's like, hey, there's an engraving up here. And we're like, what's it say? And it said, you know, some person's name, 1870.
What?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And I was like, wow.
Jeez.
Okay. So that was kind of interesting.
1870. Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if some person just did that, you know, or if that had been there that long. So
that'd be funny. That'd be like the ultimate troll to just go around putting like 1800 dates carved into random stuff.
Yeah, right. Which you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Don't carve into things that shouldn't be carved into.
Yeah.
So it was really neat to see the second largest tree. We knew tomorrow, the next day, we were going to go see the largest tree. But
Sherman.
General Sherman. Yep. So the Grant tree was named after Ulysses S. Grant.
Okay.
Which was a Civil War general and a president.
Yep.
So that's how that one got its name. And then so we went further down the road, and from there I think we went pretty much past our campground and we started dropping into the canyon. So the canyon is, I mean, it is a canyon, but it's not like the Grand Canyon. It's not, or like, you know, Yosemite Canyon or anything. It's not like these straight cliff walls.
Okay.
But it definitely was carved by a glacier.
Okay.
But it just hasn't, it's not a cliff.
Okay.
Right. It's just a really steep mountainside.
Yeah.
Oh, we went to an overlook next.
Okay.
And the overlook was like, you're going to be up here. You're at 7,000 something feet 7,300 feet elevation or whatever it is. And you're looking down about 2 miles into the canyon, but you can't see the bottom of the canyon because it goes off gradually and then it gets really steep.
Okay.
So you can't see all the way to the bottom. All right. And we're like, oh, okay. So, the Kings Canyon is about from the peak of one of the mountains around wherever they measured it. It's 2 miles down to the riverbed.
Okay.
And it's about 2,000 feet deeper than the Grand Canyon.
Really?
Yeah. But it's not as sheer.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this like,
the perspective isn't as crazy.
As grand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, it's just a really steep mountainside that goes way down to a river.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I get it, but it didn't quite strike me as much as like the Grand Canyon. Cause you stand on the Grand Canyon, you're like, this thing's sheer down like a mile or more down to the valley floor, like in a, you know, and then it kind of fades into it. Like the Shaka guide said, you know, mountains were created and then rivers ran and then it rains and snows and it makes, you know, the mountains have a slope and it comes down to the bottom of the mountains and then the river runs. And so you get this V formation, right? Well, then the glacier runs through and it turns it into a U.
Okay.
I'm like, visually that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's more like Yosemite and the Grand Canyon. This one was still, in my opinion, was more of a V until you got way down into the canyon.
Gotcha.
Then it was more of a U.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like, meh, okay. Like it's still spectacular. Like the assistant said the view, there was one point, one of our next stops, I forgot, it was called the Merge View or something like that, because I want to say was it the Tulare River? There's
the Tule River, maybe?
River.
Mm-hmm.
There was a North Fork and like a South Fork, and they merged right at this like merge view.
Okay.
But from that view, you can look down the river and look up the North Fork and look to the right, and you start looking down the South Fork until the views go away. And it's just a spectacular view.
Okay.
And you're at the point where it starts to become really sheer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, this is like, this is really neat. But the assistant was like, that was one of our highlight points, was just being in the canyon or down the mountain.
Yeah.
But at that point, it was kind of becoming quite steep.
Okay.
The drive down the canyon was one of my highlights because it was just windy and twisty and curvy. And at some points you're driving like on a cliff where they had like built the road out to wrap around something. So you're like on this bridge that has been built out, you know, just to get around a rock formation so that you can continue down driving a cliff. That was a lot of fun.
It's interesting to me when road engineering does stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because they've done the cost analysis and the safety and engineering analysis of it, and it's cheaper and or safer to build a bridge on the side of a mountain that could erode rather than blast the rock and blast the road into the mountain, into the bedrock. Well, I'm like, that just seems weird to me, but okay.
And there was bits of both of that.
Yeah.
Driving down this
interesting
into the canyon, which was for me, I was like, this is rad.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't giving anything away, but you remember on Trail Hero X when we were driving near Zion and it was just these cliffs sides and we were just driving around, like it was a cliff on the right and we were like drove around rock protrusions and stuff. That it was like that driving down into that. And I even said, this really reminds me of driving near Zion.
Wow.
So it was really neat. We went down to a cave. We did the cave tour and it was cool. We went back like 750 feet into the mountain. When it's a very wet season, there's a creek that runs through the underside of the cave. But since we were there in the dry season, there wasn't that much.
Okay.
Or there's no water in there. One of the cool things was, and I don't think this is the right word, but it's the only way that I can kind of explain it, is the calcite had very faint bioluminescence to it.
Oh, okay.
And only worked with black light.
Okay.
So I don't know if like bioluminescence is the right word, but it portrays the photo or the image that I'm trying to say. Right. And so at first the guy he turned off, we got way back in the canyon, or in the cave. And then he turned off all the lights.
Okay.
And we're like, wow, it's dark in here. And then he lit a lighter and he said, way back in the day, the first people that found this cave, this is probably the only amount of light that they had was like a torch or some sort of lantern, you know, like a candle lantern of some sort. And this is all they can see, you know, and now with modern technology, we can light the cave up and we have all lights and everything. And he's like, but can you imagine trying to walk back up this cave with just a little lantern like this? And then he said the story, and I don't know if it was true or not, but it sounded funny. He said the guy that had a mining claim on the territory way back in the day was trying to find gold in that cave. Didn't really find any. But he said when he was first time he went up the cave and exploring it, he dropped his lantern into the creek that he was walking up. And so then he couldn't light it again. So he had to turn around and go back pretty much blindly in pure darkness, following the creek to get himself back out.
Yeah.
And the creek at that point is like freezing cold.
Yeah.
Because it's all sort of snow runoff through the mountains and everything. But so then he pulled out a black light and he held it far away from the wall. He said, but what's really cool is like the walls glow and we don't know, like it's some mineral or thing that is pulled through the calcite. And he's like held it out and then he turned the black light off and it sort of glue, but it faded away really quick.
Okay.
Right? Like it didn't hold it very long.
Okay.
And I was like, no, like that's a trick on my eyes.
Yeah.
Right. You just put a bright light out and then turned it off and my eyes were adjusting and fading away. Yeah. And then he took it and he held it really close to the calcite and did this like wave and it followed it. And I was like, whoa, that's so cool. Like, it's not a trick on my eyes.
Yeah.
It's like actually, and you could see it like do this light. And then he did a smiley face. And I was just like, dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're going to light the cave, with black lights and then turn it off or whatever. But I was like, that's really neat that whatever it is gets pulled through the rocks, turns it into being able to glow under a black light. I was like, that's neat. That was one of the coolest things about the cave. There's just a lot of stalactites, stalagmites, some weird, like pillowy looking formations of calcite. And then from there, I think we just drove back. We kept driving down the road. We saw a few different waterfalls that we stopped at, some amazing swimming holes. If we would have had our swimming gear, would have been really neat. And the road just goes and dead ends. It like, they don't go any farther. It just goes to this like end inside the canyon.
Yeah.
And there's a rock out there called Mears Rock. And so we went to go look at the Mears Rock. And the Shaka Tours is like, yeah, John Muir used to come down here a lot.
Okay.
They named the rock after him because he just used to hang out on the rock and relax and, just spend days on end in this little valley and on this rock. And we're like, okay, like whatever.
Yep.
So we went to go look at it and it was this huge rock, probably, I don't know. I'm trying to like maybe 4 or 5 cars, like close together parked, like, 4 or 5 parking spaces.
Okay.
Big flat rock protruding into the river, right? Probably 6 or 8 feet off the river. And like just a beautiful like grove, and like the creek or the river sort of split and came back together and like turned around the rock. And there was a bunch of people there hanging out too. But I'm like, I get it. Like, I know why Muir would hang out here.
Yeah.
Like it's super far out of the way, but it is an amazing like location.
Yeah.
There was people like jumping off the rock into the creek or into the river. There's a bunch of people upstream just have their chairs in the river and hanging out. And it was absolutely gorgeous.
Nice.
Really cool spot. Sort of hard to get to, but there was a good handful of people there, which was pretty cool. There was a lodge down in the valley on the floor. And then there was a bunch of camping down there. So at that point, we're like, man, it is like 5 something. We were trying to get a hold of my brother, but there was no internet down there or cell reception. We stopped at a ranger station. We stopped at the lodge. We stopped at a few other places, and all of them had big signs saying no, free internet or whatever.
Okay.
And so I was like, we gotta go back because I'm sure my brother's there. So it took us like 2 hours to get down there. It took me 39 minutes to get back. But that was also because we stopped a lot and did some little small hiking tours and did some like, did the cave tour and stuff. But I was scooting too on the way back.
Okay.
It was.
Were you thinking you were running Pikes Peak?
Kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It felt like that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going too fast because anytime I would get going in high RPMs, the mini assistant would start yelling at me. So slow down. I'm like, this is fun. We got back to camp. My brother was there. He said he'd been hanging out for like 30, 40 minutes. He just had a chair out. He was sipping on a beer. Just chilling, waiting for us. We had a low key night, had a little fire. We did marshmallows. It had some drinks. My brother's a big fan of White Russians.
Okay.
And so I bought some Cutwater White Russians.
Yep. Those are great.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
They messed us up.
They're lethal though. You got to watch them.
Yeah. They're 13%. And we were at elevation.
Yep.
And we're like, man, like this hit me hard. And I did not expect that.
Yep.
And so, we didn't drink a whole lot after that. And so we hung out, had mallows. It was a good night. Nice. Next morning we woke up and we went to Sequoia National Park.
Okay.
So that was about half an hour. Like it was like 10 minutes towards this entrance of Kings Canyon, but then you turn and you head towards Sequoia. But it's both parks touch. Yeah. So you don't need to leave the park. Yeah. So you just drive from Kings Canyon National Park to Sequoia National Park, and it just says, you're now leaving Kings Canyon, now entering Sequoia, right away. So that was kind of cool. and that we didn't need to like go out of a park and go into one. Fun story. I bet you don't know that Shaka Guides told us is, and this is kind of your hometown area, right?
It is.
So,
especially Sequoia. It's a little south, right?
Yeah,
Kings is a little more north. They're right next to each other, but
we used one entrance to get to both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
there is a south entrance of Sequoia.
Yeah.
So we went
That's
into
the 198 one, right?
I don't know.
I think 180 comes in Fresno, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, 198 comes in through Three Rivers. That's the one I was telling you about.
It does.
So that's the one I always went into was the southern entrance of Sequoia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somewhere near the southern entrance of Sequoia, Disneyland was going to buy a lot of property.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they had plans to build a train station out near Three Rivers.
Okay.
And then you would get on a train and you would go up into Sequoia National Park before it was really Sequoia National Park. No, it must have been Sequoia National Park at that time, but they would either go near it or whatever. You would go, they were going to tunnel through a mountain and they were going to take you out to this wonderland in some valley. And they had planned to buy all the land in that area. And they were going to build a big resort with like 20 chairlifts for skiing and then like a golf course and all this stuff out in that area. But naturalists and a bunch of people fought it and they didn't end up going forward with it.
Okay.
So I thought that was an interesting story that I never have heard before.
Yeah.
And so the Shaka Guides was telling us that story on the drive-in. Let's see. So we went in and we saw like a meadow. They did a little bit of talking about how wetlands, because there was a few natural wetlands up in that area and how wetlands are like really getting destroyed in California. And they talked about how they built a road right through this wetlands, and the road didn't really let water go through it. And so it killed like half of the wetland. And so what they ended up doing was they tore the road out and then built a bridge. And then helped the water flow through. And now the wetlands has been restored. So yeah, really kind of cool that they're thinking about the land and maintaining it like that.
See, there's ways to coexist with land and still maintain sustainability. So.
Yep, 100%.
Yep.
Let's see. One of the first places we ended up going was to this waterfall hike. It was about a 4-mile hike round trip. To this waterfall that was a 1,200-foot waterfall.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, pretty big. So you start off by the Sequoia Lodge, and you start you like drive through camp a little bit, and there's a parking lot, and then we started the hike, and you start right next to this little creek, and we start hiking up, and it was like a groomed path, very obvious. Until we got to like the last 100 yards. And then it was like a rocky sort of, not a scramble, but it was just, you had to really watch your step.
Okay.
There was only a trickle of water coming down. We were like, oh man. And so we were all bummed, but we hiked that because there was like no real water flowing. We just hiked out to where the waterfall was, and found a small pool and like sat at it and put our feet in it and tried to cool off because it was hot. It was a hot hiking day. And the assistant was getting overheated.
Gotcha.
And so it's like, I needed to splash some water on her. We brought one water bottle. We were like over halfway done by the time we got up there. It was like a 500-foot elevation gain over 2 miles. So it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just hot. You were in shade and then you were exposed and then you're in shade and exposed. But I didn't personally think it was that bad, but the kids were tired and the assistant was tired. My brother and I were pretty good.
Okay.
So the assistant's like, I need to start going down. Like I just need to keep moving. So she started hiking. I worked with the mini assistant to do all the little rock scramble because she's just not sure-footed. And we started hiking down, and then we got to this point, and everybody was stopped, and we're like, "What's up?" And it's like, "There's a black bear right there."
Oh,
we're like, "Oh, cool." So it was.
Go give him a hug.
It was far. It was like 100 yards away.
Go give him a little boop.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Hey, I heard they like cuddling. And everybody's like, what should we do? And I'm like, we should just keep talking.
Yep.
That's it. Like,
continue being loud.
Continue to be loud.
Just make sure it knows you're there.
It's in its environment.
Yep.
We're here. the smell on bears are so good. I heard a stat one time, and I'm trying not to exaggerate. I heard that they were 25 times better than a bloodhound.
Jesus, I didn't realize it was that good.
Yeah, and it was something like that, right?
Yeah.
It was like bloodhounds are fantastic, and then bears are just way better, right? And so it's like bears know I'm there.
Yeah,
like there's no hiding it, right? And you don't try to startle a bear, so you just keep talking. And that was like, we just need to keep talking, and we're just gonna walk down the path, and it's it already knows we're here.
Yeah.
So, and it's not coming after us, and it's just over there doing whatever it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so we warned a few people that were near hiking up, and we're like, just to let you know, there's a black bear, 100, 200, 300 yards, whenever we were back there. It kind of was off the track, but I don't know where it's at now. So just keep talking, stay loud, just keep saying stuff. Just keep your eyes out. And everybody's like, okay, cool. A few people are like, is it safe? I'm like, yeah,
you're good.
You're fine. Yeah. Just be aware that it's there, and, just continue to talk with each other so that you don't scare it, and you're fine.
Yep.
We got back to the car, cooled down. We went and had lunch. Then we went to the visitor center and we got some drinks and stuff. And then we continued to drive down. The next stop was General Sherman, which is the largest tree in the world.
By volume. Yep.
29 feet in diameter.
Jesus Christ.
200, I think it was 275 feet tall.
Do you know how wide it is at the top?
No.
Because like sequoia, you think of like normal trees where the bottoms are so wide at the trunk diameter and then the tops go to a point.
Right.
Sequoias don't do that.
Not really.
No.
They're pretty
They stay
voluptuous.
pretty they stay pretty girthy the whole way up. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the tippy top is just a branch, right? Yeah. But the 10 feet down from the tip of the tree is probably 8 feet in diameter or more, and then halfway down the tree is still 15 feet in diameter.
15 to 20. Yeah.
So one thing that was interesting is I've been to Sequoia before, but I don't remember this. We pulled into the parking lot, and then you hike down like a quarter mile to the tree.
Okay.
Right. And we were going to stop at the signs on the hike down. And I told everybody, I'm like, no, it's like 200 and something feet down in a quarter mile. Let's stop at the signs on the way up and just take short breaks and read the sign. And then
that makes sense.
Come up. Yeah. So we got down there, we did all our photos. We, walked around the tree. We checked out some of the other trees. We started hiking up. The first sign is sort of a viewing area, talks about the tree, talks about how old it is. I think it's an estimated 3,000 years old.
Jeez.
And they had this map of timeline of
things that have happened in
human history.
Things that have
happened in human history. And then when the seed, when it was a sapling to where it is now, and all these accomplishments, and it's everything that it's gone through. It's just wow. And then we started hiking up, and the next sign was, you're a quarter way up the tree.
Oh,
the next sign was, you're halfway up the tree. The next one was, you're 3/4 away up the tree. This is the last sign. The parking lot is below the height of the tree.
Wow.
We're like, what the, we're up at the parking lot. We're like, we're not even at the top of the tree.
Jeez.
So that was pretty neat. It's just a huge tree, man. It is unreal.
Yeah.
And it's just shocking because you see it when you're in that grove, they're all big trees. So you just don't get it. But when I really understood how big these trees was back in our campground, just because you see a normal tree next to the stump and you're just it is unreal.
Yeah.
And what's sad, I mean, it's sad, but it's also reality, is that when people discovered these trees, they're like, think of all the houses we could build out of one tree.
Yep.
And it was 500,000 board feet they got out of a tree.
One tree.
Jesus. And they were you could build 17 houses out of one tree. So it's I fully get why back in the day they cut these things down. And then when I say back in the day, we're talking 1770.
Yeah. 1770 through the gold mining, essentially.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fun fact about Sequoia. After that, we didn't really do anything. We drove down. We drove out towards Three Rivers. There's a few good viewing spots. Like we drove down the mountainside a little bit and, just saw some interesting things. There's 4 trees in a row called the Guardians that you drive through.
Yeah.
And we drove down through those. I was like, that's really cool. So when I was driving back up, I pulled over before and I kicked the assistant out and I said, go get a video of me driving through the Guardian. So I got a little video of me cruising through the Guardians. Just cool place, really nice climate, just really interesting thing, or state park. So some fun facts about Sequoia National Park. I believe it's the 2nd national park ever made.
Oh, okay.
The first one was Yellowstone.
Yep.
And Kings. So then Sequoia and there was a General Grant national monument.
Okay.
Oh, General Grant is a national monument, and it's the only living national monument in the United States.
Interesting.
Yep. And it's just the tree.
It's the tree itself.
We did an episode a while ago about national monuments, and maybe it's opened up around the tree to protect the land and its root system in a way. But it's in
the smallest area.
The smallest area that you possibly can back in the day was more or less the tree.
Yeah.
And I think
to protect the item that you're trying to protect.
And so they made a General Grant area, which was at that time, and this was, it was 1870, I think, something like that. It was shortly after Yellowstone was made. I think it was a 5 or 10 mile radius around the tree was a protected area for General Grant. And they made Sequoia National Park.
Okay.
So Sequoia and General Grant were number 2, and then Yosemite, I believe, was number 3, and it was like weeks later.
Yeah.
And so they in 1970, Bill Clinton, I think, opened up. Maybe it was earlier than that.
I'd say 70s would not be Clinton.
Yeah, 70s wouldn't be Clinton. I forget, Roosevelt. It was whenever Roosevelt was.
That was in the 30s, 40s.
Yeah. So it was whenever Roosevelt was. Roosevelt opened up, made Sequoia National Park larger, and made Kings Canyon National Park at the same time, because it was just the Grant thing before. Yeah. And so they made that whole area kind of a protected area for the sequoias, because nowhere else in the world do they grow.
Yeah.
And what's kind of funny is one area of the Kings Canyon National Park that is not included in Kings Canyon is Kings Canyon.
Okay.
I don't
minor oversight. Undersight. I don't know.
Yeah. And so I don't know if they're just protecting the top of the mountain area, but didn't go all the way down to the bottom or something. So I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Maybe it's just too rough of a terrain for anybody to actually get down there. So like it doesn't need any protections.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah. But it was gorgeous down in the canyon for sure. Yeah. A lot of really cool meadows down in that canyon. Let's see. Any other fun facts that I can recall? Not offhand, but I'm sure they'll come up later at some point. But both of them were really neat. I think we did each one in a day, and that was rushing.
Yeah,
for us. I wish we had more time, or in a way, I wish we would have done either like 2 days at one park and then have to come back another day.
Okay.
But I do feel like there was just a lot to see in both locations.
Okay.
And so if you're going down there, I would just focus on, like, if you only have 2 days, just focus on Sequoia one time and then come back and go to Kings Canyon one time.
Yeah.
It looks like in Kings Canyon, it looks like they allow dispersed camping.
Oh.
So
okay.
I'm not quite sure. I haven't looked it up, but there was a lot of places. There was a ton of dirt fire roads everywhere in Kings Canyon.
Okay.
And like I would look down them and there'd just be some person camping down there.
Okay.
So if you're interested in going into that area and checking that out, look into if dispersed camping is allowed in there. Okay. Because, you probably aren't allowed to have a fire if you're dispersed camping. Well, maybe if you're over 5,000 feet. Maybe. But it would be cheaper than a campground.
Yep.
But also on the flip side, paying, I'm not sure exactly how the money is allocated, but I feel like I stay at a campground to help support the park, to keep that land alive.
Yep.
There was a bit of talk about national monuments, wilderness areas, and national parks that was happening.
Oh, okay.
Which was all interesting.
From like the tour guides or Shaka tours, who was talking?
Shaka and some of the plaques.
Okay.
And stuff. And they said some of these areas were wilderness areas. I'm like, but they can't be because there's a road here and we are driving through it.
Yep.
So it can't be a wilderness area.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there just needs to be some understanding, and I don't want to dive deep into this because I know we can.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be some understanding, like a national monument should like protect like General Grant tree.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Should protect the tree, maybe the root structure. Remind me of root structure later. I have that just reminded me of another fun fact.
All right.
So like, let's say 20 feet off of the tree, national monument.
Yeah.
Right. A national monument to more or less my extent, I also feel should be considered maybe considered a wilderness area.
Okay.
Right. Cause like you probably shouldn't drive up to General Grant. Right. But you can get up to the national monument by mechanical, whatever method to view it, to check it out. Right. But so I don't know if national monument and wilderness kind of could go hand in hand in that aspect. But I do think that there was some places like a meadow that shouldn't be a national monument.
Okay.
But it should be preserved. Wetlands area should be preserved. Maybe that needs to be a wilderness, but it doesn't need to be the whole canyon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It just needs to be to protect
that the thing that you're trying to protect.
Protect the thing you're trying to protect.
Yeah.
Then the national park should be the whole area.
Yeah.
The national park should be motorized allowance for you to get into these areas. But what's the point of a national park then? It's still to protect the area, to preserve the land, right? But you can have buildings there. You can have infrastructure. You can have roads. You can have ways for people to access wilderness areas or national monuments. That's how, like, when I was going through the parks, I was really thinking about that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, how does this all work? Like, how can this all work? How should it all work? And that's sort of what the conclusion I came to is like, we need to make small protected areas.
Very, very small, very focused protected things. And the difference between
wilderness protected layer, level of
the difference between like a wilderness area and a national monument is that national monuments have some sort of point of interest, historical intrinsic value to them for a human being, right?
Correct.
Whereas a wilderness area is more like, this is something that's ecological that kind of needs to be here in 100%. Order for the surrounding areas to survive as well.
Or an animal.
Or some animal sort. Protection. I think that's a good plot too. Whereas, then the national park kind of envelops it all. So that there's
still protecting it,
but it's protecting it through infrastructure rather than just nobody getting to go to it. Right. So the national park gives it infrastructure in terms of, having different means of activities to be available, but there's still some oversight to be able to say whether those activities are sustainably happening or not. Right. And if they're not, then you throw some resources at that activity and that activity's infrastructure to make sure that it can be sustainable.
Right.
And I like that a lot.
Yeah. So here's my devil's advocate on my own idea.
Okay.
A national park is a draw for people.
For sure.
So it's bringing lots and lots of people there.
Absolutely.
And when you bring lots and lots of people there are not educated and not environmentally educated people.
For sure.
Where there are people
ecologically, environmental,
that go off track, go off the path, go scribing their names into living things. Will just go places that they shouldn't. And like a prime example of that was the General Sherman tree, the largest tree in the world. People were hopping over the fence to try and go get closer to the tree.
Yep.
There's signs everywhere that say, stay on the path. There was a section on the backside of the tree where people had trampled up and down the side of the mountain, not near the tree so much, but just off the path to go from the upper viewing area straight down to the tree.
Yep.
Right. And there's signs right there. And there's people like just walking it, like going right past it. And so I think it's hard to maintain something when you have these draws to it, like a national park. So you're going to need more education, better, like more safety precautions, or more people. There maybe should have been it wasn't that bad of a thing, right? It was like people walking down a side of a hill, right? And I understand that you want vegetation, you want things to grow, you need the land to be held together so there's not a
root
slide.
Systems and vegetations. Yep.
There's not a mudslide or erosion or anything. But all in all, it wasn't it's not the end of the world. But if you put one person there with a damn whistle, nobody would be walking there. And so my devil's advocate is when you make it a national park, it draws more people and now there's more problems.
For sure. Absolutely.
So, and I think I know what you're going to say. We need to stop defunding these things.
1000%. That's where I was going to go.
So that we can have the infrastructure, so we can keep these things, so we can keep our national parks and our people that are supposed to be maintaining and watching over all this stuff. So
we have the money in this country. This country is by far the highest GDP country in the world.
Yeah.
California alone is the 4th largest GDP in countries in the world. Right? We have the money to support our national park systems, our BLM lands,
right?
Our national monuments, if you want to call it. We have the money to do it. We as a society have not stepped up to demand that more money go to those allocations.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the big problem. Right. I mean, if you look at just the border wall going into Texas right now, it is the lowest issued border crossing of illegal border crossings.
Okay.
And it is receiving, what was the figure? $12 billion worth of funding to put up border wall and access and everything around that border of Texas.
Right.
And it's like, why don't we minimize that a little bit? Throw a couple billion there, throw $2 billion into that whole project. Maybe get bidded out contracts. Yeah. Let's start there. Let's just start with bidded out contracts on all of it, rather than no bid contracts. Let's just start there, and let's take the $12 billion in savings and spread it out to the national parks.
Yeah.
How far would that go?
It'd do wonders.
I guarantee you would be able to put a person at General Sherman tree 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's just, I think we as a society are not angry enough yet.
Yeah. And
or we just don't care. Society just thinks it's not a problem that can be solved. I'm like, the solution's there. The solution we can definitely, this is a very solvable solution.
Right. So I mean, I don't want to go too deep into that. I know you have a few stories to tell yourself, but I'm going to leave everybody with one fun fact about the root structure.
Okay.
So the giant sequoia trees, 20 plus feet wide trunks, diameter. They said it would take I think it was the Grant tree would take 20 grown men holding hand in hand to go around the circumference of the tree.
Yeah.
Anyways, 20 plus feet diameter, trunks, 200 something feet tall, 270 something feet tall. I think the tallest one was 278, 277, not much taller than the Grand Sherman or the tree, which is the largest one. That one just has a bigger trunk.
Yeah. Girthy.
It's girthy. The root structure goes 5 feet into the ground.
What?
Yeah. 5 feet deep.
What?
Yeah.
How do they stay up? Just because of how fat and girthy the bases and the trunks are? Is that really what comes up?
So what happens is the roots grow really far out, wide.
Okay.
And they grab.
Oh, so they're really wide. Okay, I got it. Okay.
They grab on and merge with other sequoia trees.
No shit.
And so they're all sort of holding hands under the ground and supporting each other.
Wow.
Because they don't have a very deep root structure, but they're so shallow and they go out so far that all the trees kind of merge together and become kind of one tree,
Yeah.
but they are completely separate trees. Like it's not the same tree.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there was another plaque one time that was talking
their
about
roots are intertwining. They're not merging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that. I think it was aspen. It might've been birch. It's birch or aspen.
Mm-hmm.
It's one tree that sends a root down and then goes throughout the ground and then pops back up and then sends another root down and then pops back up. So the question was like, I think it's aspen. Are aspen actually a bigger
volume overall? The entire grove?
Yeah, than a tree, than this one tree.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting argument because there's like forests of aspen, but it's, like 4 trees.
Yeah. It would be, I wonder if it's even like feasible to try and figure out how many quote unquote trees are in this grove of aspen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that's why they're just holding it back.
Yeah, I don't know if they can dig
up the entire grove. We'll figure this answer.
Or some sort of iodine dye and just have it see how it spreads throughout all the trees somewhere or something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that was wild. 5 feet deep. This monster tree, 5 feet deep, just spreads
impressive.
out and holds hands with other trees around it to support it. Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Yep.
That's
also,
pretty cool.
they grow in the montane region, which is 5,000 to 8,000 feet of elevation.
Okay.
And only in that's part,
60 square mile, whatever
60,
it is.
Yeah. Square 60-mile radius.
Yeah.
That's the only place in the world that they grow.
Yeah. Another cool fact about giant sequoias as well as giant redwoods is that because of that kind of feature we talked about earlier, where they don't just come to a straight point at the top of the tree. There's a couple like branches at the top, and they're really like the top of the tree is really like an 8-foot diameter kind of thing. Mm-hmm. They have their own biomes.
Kind of, yeah.
It's a whole different biome at the tops of these trees. Yeah. There was a guy from Humboldt, I believe, that was researching, and he would just climb up and study all these different biomes that are in the tops of these trees that only exist in the world in the tops of these trees.
Yeah. I was listening to a Radio Lab or Stuff You Should Know podcast.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how in the sequoias and in the redwoods, when they would drop their leaves and everything, just things get old and fall out, right? And they would get caught in like the crotches of the branch and these pockets of where the tree splits or whatever. The root, those things would eventually decay and become dirt. And, and it continually feeds itself and it's super rich dirt.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yep.
Then other plants start growing in it that get dropped from birds or whatever.
Yep.
And they completely have their own like small ecosystem, like you were saying, in the crotch of a tree. And there's like animals that you find nowhere else in the world that's just survive in these little pockets of a tree. It's just what?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's just in my mind, I'm like, it goes from big picture to really small picture. It's like even the smaller you get, there's still just stuff in this world that we just don't understand yet.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
So it was a fantastic trip. I would highly recommend people checking it out. It's just wild to go see the biggest tree in the world. It's just, it's insane, and it was fun to go with the mini assistant, both my nephew and the mini assistant are 12, 13 years old. So it's like they're at the point where they can get it, right?
Yeah.
They can understand. It's like, we have a big redwood in our backyard. And then they look at this and go like, that's a fucking big tree. And it's just, and they're like just seeing their eyes open it's just a lot of fun. So
I agree.
I think the national park system is really cool. And so we got 2 more stamps for our book.
Nice.
As we're trying to do California, which is hard on its own.
Yeah.
So I think we're up to like 4 stamps for California. And then a few other stamps that were from Hawaii and whatever. So,
nice.
Yeah. So a good time. So that was our trip.
That's neat.
Let's hear about yours.
Oh man, where do I start? Let's start with the vehicles. I think I can knock those out fairly quickly.
Okay.
Fiona is back in the shop
again.
Yep.
For what?
Same thing.
Air conditioning? Okay.
So in order to, I don't know if I talked about it. Did I say they had to replace the old evaporator box?
Yeah, you did.
The evap box, because there was a sensor that was not getting a signal to the AC compressor. Therefore, the AC compressor would shut off at like 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It would never get down to the really cold, almost freezing temperatures that AC should be getting down to. So that sensor can only be fixed and replaced by replacing the entire evap box.
Right.
In order to replace the entire evap box and system there, you have to pull the entire dash out.
Ouch.
The main structure bar going across the dash has to come out. And so you're really going all the way down to just the bare firewall.
Dang. Okay.
So they did that. It took them about a week to tear everything apart, pull the evap box out, put a new one in, put it all back together. I went over there to confirm everything was back together and look it over, and they missed the line on the digital speedometer came out of its butt connector. Oh. So I was like, that's the only thing you guys missed. Well, I guess they routed the wiring and on the switch panel a little weird. But I was like, that's the only thing you guys missed. Kudos.
Good job.
Good job.
Yeah.
And so I was in there, and fun story.
Okay.
They as they were fixing the butt connector wire, the front desk lady, her name's Darla, hilarious lady. She goes, I have a question for you. I was like, yeah. She goes, do you have like a little, like a dog in your rig? And I'm like, what? And the guy, the other front desk guy that's in the lobby too, just starts laughing. He loses it and starts laughing. And I'm like, what's going on? What are you talking, like a stuffed animal dog? Like, what do you mean a dog? And she goes, no, it's like a steel plate. Like it's like a dog cut out of a steel plate. And I'm like, not that I'm aware of. And the guy in there, has to answer the phone. And so he's trying to answer the phone and just say, thank you for calling Polar Bear Auto Care. What can we help you with? But he can't get it out. He's laughing so hard. He goes, I'm sorry, excuse me 1 second. And walks out into the shop out of the lobby. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she goes, I don't know. We found something while we were working on your rig, and it was underneath one of the seats. And it's a steel plate cutout, and I thought it looked like a dog, but every single guy here that works in the shop said it's a penis. And I just start laughing, and I'm like, 99%, it's probably a penis, Darla. You're very cute though. And so I was like, do you have it? Like, did you put it back? Where? She goes, I think we put it back. And I'm like, okay, can you show me? Like, I didn't put any metal penises under my seats. Yeah. But when I picked up the Fiona from Brad at Hot Metal Fab, he told me, he goes, I hid a couple of fun little breadcrumbs around the rig that you're going to have to find. There's one inside the rig somewhere that you're going to have to find at some point. Nice. And I never looked for it. I'm like, I'll come across it eventually at some point. Yeah. So, I was like, no, hold on. You're not talking about like the penises plates on my frame rails, welded to my frame rails, right? She goes, no, we never saw those. I was like, okay, so it's something inside the vehicle. She goes, yes, it was underneath one of your seats. And I was like, can you show me? Yeah. And so we go out there, and the guy is trying to work on this butt connector, and she's like fiddling under the seats. She pulls up the carpet. Oh. And it was under the carpet, under the passenger seat. Wow. And so she pulls it out, and she goes, this. And it's the exact same cutout model as the frame plates. Yeah. The penis frame plates that Brad put on there. And I was like, yep, that's from Brad, and that's definitely a penis, Darla. How are you saying a dog? So anyways, that was, that made and then all the guys in the shop came over because this was going on. They're like, see, we told you, Darla. Everybody just made their day. So I picked it up on Friday morning. Okay. And then drove it home. The AC worked amazing. Oh, good. Because while they were in there too, we did the heater core since they're down that deep. Yeah. And they also resealed all the vents. Oh, nice. Right. So they foamed and resealed all the vents, the vent structure and system in the dash. AC was working amazing. I was like, I have to actually turn it down. Like the fan speed down to be okay on the ride home. So I did that, took it to the warehouse, had our manager meet at the warehouse, and then drove it home. And it was still working when I drove it home. And so I got home 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then went to pick up Reed at daycare at 5, and the AC system was not working. And it smelled like refrigerant in the cab. And I was like, that's not good. So I called them up and I was like, hey guys, bad news. I'm pretty sure the AC system evacuated itself. But I don't know. What do you want me to do? And they're like, well, bring it in. We do warranty work, and they've always stood by their warranty work as well, which is why I keep going back to the shop. A, they're funny people. I like it conversing with them when I drop vehicles off.
Yeah.
But B, they really stand behind their work, and they do make it right. They have always made it right in the past whenever something has come up. So, took it back to them, and then I got a call yesterday, Monday, that I was correct that they're not sure what happened, but the AC system was empty. There was no refrigerant in the system anymore. And they're pretty sure that it was something to do with the evap box or an expansion valve or something that failed in the evap box, the brand new evap box.
Dang.
I'm like, well, that sucks. And he goes, yeah, I'm sorry. It's going to, I've got a bunch of other systems that we're having to do right now that are full dash tear aparts. Are you okay with not getting it back for like 2 weeks? And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's fine. I can get it. I just need it by August. Was that the 25th, 26th? He goes, there should be no problem to get it back to you by then. But he goes, yeah, sorry. We don't know what happened, and we won't know until we have to tear the whole dash apart again. And I was like, that sucks for you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, that's Fiona is not liking her AC system. So.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah. I will say though, that when I drove that 10 minutes to pick Reed up from daycare and 10 minutes back home, I almost died.
Yeah.
So just saying, it was 105 outside that day.
Yeah. We've been having a pretty good heat wave run through Northern California. Thankfully it's cooling down.
Yes. So anyways, that's Fiona. Kermit, I ordered up the skid plate from Brian.
Okay, cool.
At 4 Wheel Underground.
Nice.
So I'll be getting the same skid plate that you have on, or you're putting on Samantha.
Yep.
And so I will be cutting off that weird funky cradle thing that Ori put on for the current skid plate cross member underneath the transfer case. I'll be having to cut all that off and install the new L brackets and build the skid plate and put that on Kermit once it comes in.
Cool.
Which means I can't really do anything with Kermit's drivetrain until that skid plate is there, right?
Yeah.
Because I need to be able to.
For the most part. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, at least I could put a drivetrain back in him
and put a
and then just put a jack underneath it
yeah.
for now. But I'm like, I'd rather just keep the drivetrain out.
Well, is the drivetrain ready to be put back in?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But I was debating. I'm like, well, I really wanted to get Fiona's rear end and ball joint deletes done.
Yeah.
And the suspension set properly.
Right.
Before the Moreflate run at the end of the month.
Right.
Not happening.
Not happening now.
So I was like, okay, well, I haven't gotten to drive Kermit really since Trail Hero X.
Right.
Right before Trail Hero X, beginning of May, right? End of April.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, let's just see if I can put Kermit back together, and then I can drive Kermit around. Maybe I'll take Kermit on the Moreflate run instead, because Kermit does the Rubicon really fucking well.
Yeah.
And I haven't got to wheel him in a while. So, but then I was like, no, I can't do that because I still need to fabricate that cross member up above the drive shaft, the rear drive shaft, and build and fabricate out the skid plate from 4 Wheel Underground.
Yeah.
Before I can put the drivetrain back in it. Right. So I'm like, all right.
Yep.
I don't have a working rock crawler right now.
Nope.
Whatever.
Neither do I.
Yeah. Congratulations, Jimmy. Yeah. So anyways, that's the update on Kermit and Fiona. Things are moving. They're just taking a while.
Sure.
So,
okay.
Let's see. Friday we went wine tasting. So we went on a midday date out to where we got married.
Oh, yeah.
Amador Cellars.
Yeah.
We went out to Amador Cellars. We had a couple
of
wine.
I've never been there.
Wow. There's some really good wines.
I tried to go there of whenever March or whatever when I went out. but they were closed.
Gotcha.
For the holiday.
They have some good wines. They're not the best wine place. Like they're not plein air.
Yeah. Plein air is so good.
Plein air, dude. Everything they have there is amazing. I don't know how they do it. But it's all good wines, right? Yeah. They have some great ones, but yeah, they're all good though. Plein air, they're all great wines. Everything they have is fucking amazing. But so I went to Amador Cellars, had lunch somewhere there too.
When sorry to interrupt. When I dropped a bottle of wine off with John when I was up at Windy Camp.
Yeah.
He gave me some suggestions on wineries to go to.
Okay.
And I meant to write them down, never did. So I texted him and I said, hey, I completely forgot the wineries that you suggested. Like, can you let me know those again?
Yeah.
Because we like wine. I want to go to these places. So he gave me a list of places to go. Offhand, I don't remember what they are. I wrote it all down, so I don't have to remember.
Exactly.
Or it's in a text message, so I don't have to remember. But we should take John out wine tasting.
That'd be amazing.
That would be fun.
That would be really cool.
We can go to some of these spots, or we can go to plein air or something.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, I'm down for that.
That thought came to my head. So sorry to interrupt. Continue on. Winery.
I like
we went wine tasting.
So I went to Amador Cellars first.
Yeah.
Got some lunch somewhere along there in there too. And then from there, we were trying to decide where else we wanted to go. And plein air was next on our list, but they're
a little ways out.
They're 15, 20 minutes the wrong direction from which direction we wanted to go. And so we asked the ladies there at Amador Cellars and was like, what are some good wineries that you guys would vouch for here on the Shenandoah Road?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you can check out Runquist's.
Yeah,
Runquist. They're right down the road there.
Runquist is good.
I feel like I've been there before.
Probably. It's super popular.
Yeah. But when we were in there, I did not recognize it at all. So I don't know if, but
I think they expanded the back room and stuff.
Oh, okay. That would make sense then.
So you would have recognized their like inside bar, but then when you go through it out to like their sort of inside outdoor sort of seating area where they can open up the back wall or whatever.
Yeah.
That's all new from what I remember.
Okay. Yeah, I could have sworn I've been there before. I recognized their logo, the R, right? And but I did not recognize the grounds at all.
Okay.
So I don't know. The secretary said she's been there before and she's always enjoyed the wines there, but it's been like 2 to 3 years since she's been.
Sure.
So we went there and all the wines were fantastic.
Yeah, they're good.
That was kind of up there with plein air in my opinion. So
they're just expensive.
They are expensive.
So plein air is pretty expensive too. So
I think all wine is just getting expensive right now.
It's becoming more of a rarity.
Yeah.
So I think all the wine prices, they're making less, but they still need to make as much money.
Yeah, true.
So they're having to raise the cost of the wine.
Yeah.
So I think wine prices, because wine is definitely an alcohol that is not popular at the moment. I think it's probably on the lower end. I think beers and IPAs are fading out. Like hazies maybe coming, has a strong point, but then I think a lot of people are kind of getting tired of that. And I think harder alcohols and cocktails are having a moment, and wine is last on that list of everything. So I think the wine industry is getting hit really hard, and they're so I think they're making a lot less, but have to raise their prices.
Gotcha.
So I think that's really
that makes sense.
Happening.
Yeah. They did have a really, really good vignette that was stainless steel done.
Okay.
So it's just super crisp. And we've been having this heat wave come through. And so we ended up getting like 4 bottles of that.
I bet. Yeah.
And then they had a really interesting Chardonnay that was, they start it in stainless and then move it to oak afterwards, and let it kind of settle in and age in the oak.
Okay.
And so you get this nice crisp,
vanilla flavor,
vanilla crisp, almost not really vanilla, but kind of buttery.
Yeah.
It's like a buttery not really vanilla, but anyways, it's a crisp buttery. Whereas like Chardonnays are typically done in like oak barrels, so that you get this really rich buttery. And it was a very crisp, and that's one of the reasons why I don't really like Chardonnays, because I don't want a super like smooth, soft, buttery drink, in a white wine. And this one was a really crisp, buttery. You know, I don't know. It was a very different way, I think, that I've had Chardonnays than most places. So anyways, really good stuff. We're happy with going to Rehnquist.
Yeah.
Highly would recommend them if you guys are down the Shenandoah Valley area. Anybody?
There's a winery pretty much directly across from them that starts with a C. I can't remember, but it's all, they're Rhone and Italian wines.
Oh, okay.
And I thought that place was pretty good too.
Nice. That was cool. So we did that Friday. And then Friday day afternoon, I was like, I think I need to go to Sierra Trek.
Yeah.
There's some shit that happened at Sierra Trek that there's a criminal investigation going for now. And
some sabotage happened.
Some sabotage happened.
Probably don't want to go into it very much, but there is a lot of people trying to figure out the solution or the culprit.
Yes.
So we can't talk too much about it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be talking in very depth about what happened, exactly what happened, to let everybody know if you were out at Trek or you had planned to go to Trek, what somebody tried to do to you.
Yeah.
Okay. And
we're gonna let the cat out of the bag.
Not on this episode,
okay,
but we are going to talk about it in very depth. Right now, we're just waiting on word from law enforcement to see if there's anything we could say that would harm their investigations.
Sure. Understood.
Right. And
that's why I was...
keep a criminal charge from happening.
Yeah.
So once we get the all clear and the law enforcement tells us what we're allowed to put out publicly, we're going to start hitting the public quote unquote marketing campaign to rally the off-road community in Northern California to figure out for somebody knows who did this.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
This was a big enough fuck up, but not a fuck up, very intentional thing. Somebody knows who did this.
Right.
And we're going to find you.
Yes.
So, I decided Friday that I needed to go up to Trek and talk to people, about this plan and get a first person view of what happened and kind of what the lay of the land was that was going on. As well as, the board made a decision on another thing that I've been very involved with Cal 4, and Sierra Trek. And I wanted to support the decision they made.
Okay. I
was originally going to be staying away from Trek. I pulled out as a vendor.
Yeah.
As Moreflate. Moreflate is no longer a sponsor for Cal 4.
Oh, yeah.
We ended our corporate sponsorship of Cal 4
right
because of all this stuff that's been going on. And so the board finally took some action that I feel like is correct action.
Okay.
Based on all the information and research that I've been doing. And so I really wanted to go up to Sierra Trek and really support that decision.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
So, we went up, I took Reed.
Oh, nice.
We left the house at 7 a.m., had about an hour stop in Truckee to get some breakfast, and then headed out to the lake and got there about 11 a.m.
Nice. Okay.
So
you take the Ford?
We took the Dodge.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, man, you drove all the way in with the cab over camper on?
No. We took the Dodge up there and hung out for the day. Got to talk to a lot of people, see a lot of people, see a lot of friends.
Yeah.
See how the radio equipment was doing for the radio comms. Talked to Eric that was kind of running the comms up there about how things were going. And then went down and hung out at the lake at 3 or 4 o'clock. And then hung out for a little while longer and then left about 8:30.
Nice.
So
yeah, long day.
It was a long day. I got home
11:30,
11:45, something like that. So, it was a long day. It was a long day for Reed. He didn't have a nap at all.
Sure.
So he was out on the way home. And then threw a big old fit when I pulled him out of the car, out of the truck to go to bed in the house.
I bet.
And so it was a long day. And then Sunday we went up to Loon Lake.
Right.
Okay.
To
go camping.
Yeah.
And this was with the family. So it was me, Reed, and the secretary.
Mm-hmm.
And we just took the Ford and the cab over, the Lance, up to the South Shore campground.
Yeah.
So this is really interesting because I've heard about the South Shore campground.
Me too. My brother has been there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So I've never been there before.
I don't even know where it is.
I didn't know where it was.
I mean, I know where the south end of the lake is, but
I know where the South Shore side of the lake is, correct, but I've never seen a campsite over there. Campground, nothing.
Okay. So
or how to access it. And the only road that goes to Loon Lake is Ice House Road.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yes.
Is there another road that goes
Nope.
to... Okay. So is it down the dirt road?
Nope.
I don't even know where it's at. I don't know how to get there.
So I had to look on Google, a satellite view of Google Maps, and Google Maps doesn't even have the area marked as a campground, as a South Shore campground or anything.
Okay.
But
it's big.
It's a massive fucking campground. Yeah. What it is it's labeled by a sign on Ice House Road that says Loon Lake Recreation Area.
I don't know where that is.
It's right before the powerhouse at Loon Lake. The SMUD powerhouse at Loon Lake.
Okay.
So maybe an eighth of a mile before the powerhouse. Yes. There's a sign on the right-hand side that says Loon Lake Recreation Area. And then it goes paved road.
To the right
And down the south shore of the lake.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's called a recreation area, and that's how it's always signed, I just always assumed that that's like a day use picnic area, go swimming and hang out on the beach of the lake area.
Yeah, sure.
It's a massive fucking campground.
Huge. Yeah, there's what, like 30 campsites on the north one?
On the 25, 30. Yeah, let's say 30.
And there's probably 90.
There's at least 50 that I counted, that I saw numbered. And there's an equestrian camp area that I didn't even go up to. So maybe that's where the other 50s are.
I don't know. I was guessing it was 3 times larger than the north one is what I was guessing.
In terms of overall campsites, maybe, but in terms of square footage, I would say it's 5 to 6 times larger than the North Shore.
Okay.
It's massive. There's a huge ass parking lot to park boat trailers and trucks in. Because there's a boat launch there too.
Okay.
There's also an RV dump site at there and in the RV dump site are these other massive parking spaces to park RVs and trailers in if you want. There's a whole equestrian area to go up into and have camping and horses out, and that lead into a couple of equestrian trails that go down around the lake. And then there's the normal campsites and there's two areas for the normal campsites. And there's a huge ass group camping spot that has 25 parking spaces.
Wow.
And 15 bear boxes and barbecues and fire pits. Like, and it's labeled, and a bathroom dedicated for the group site. Like, that's cool. It's impressive.
I do know that is also one of the places that you can park and you can do the hike to Spider Lake from.
Okay. Yeah. A couple people said that they were hiking over to Buck Island from there.
Okay.
So, there was, anyways, every single campsite there, this campground is so well done. Every single campsite has an elevated, flattened plateau.
Oh, a tent location.
A tent, but like it's the tent location, the table, the picnic table, the bear box, the barbecue, and fire pit
are
all on this huge, elevated and leveled plateau.
Wow!
For every campsite.
Okay.
So you never have to worry about finding a flat spot to put your tent.
Your cooking area.
And you don't have roots and rocks to worry about toddlers tripping over running around your camp area. Every single campsite had a graciously sized parking space.
Nice.
So like if you had a Sprinter van or an F-350 dually with a cab over on it, you had plenty of parking space there.
So are they all designed for like a motorhome?
Kind of
trailer, truck and trailer.
There was a few motorhomes there. Like every single one was deep enough for a 40, 50 foot motorhome.
Wow.
When
that's one of the things that we have to be careful with when we're towing our trailer.
Yep. With Taylor.
I can't just have a normal camping parking situation. I have to look for trailer ones.
Yep.
Even though we're not that big.
Yep.
But we are longer than normal. So yeah.
There was potable drinking water.
Nice.
There was dumpsters throughout the campground, at least the two regular campsite areas that we were kind of in. There was bathrooms. Okay. And the bathrooms were immaculate. Wow. The camp host does an amazing job with those bathrooms.
Oh, man, that's one thing I didn't say about mine. The bathrooms were clean and very well kept, but the guy would come by in the morning and he would dump something into the pit.
Okay.
I think he was dumping bleach into the pit. Okay. I'm not sure. But when bleach and ammonia from your urine mix,
that's lethal.
That's very bad.
Yeah.
And it smelled, he might have just been dumping ammonia too. I have no idea, but we went in after, I'm like, oh, he cleaned it. I'm going to go to the bathroom. We couldn't go in there.
Yeah.
I tried to go number one and I had to I was crying when I came out and I had my shirt pulled up over my nose just to survive it. And I'm like, I don't know what this guy was doing. But
that's bad. You should report that.
We did.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
If you're putting bleach on ammonia, that is a chlorine bomb, essentially, a chlorine gas.
Yep.
So
we did the comment card and then we talked to a ranger.
Good.
Because it's just not right, whatever it's doing. Or it needs to be checked into and seeing if it's okay. Yep. In the afternoon, it's fine. It's back to normal. And so we got into this routine, we had to get up and go to the bathroom before he showed up.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyways, sorry, continue on. Glad your bathrooms are great.
Our bathrooms are awesome. And so, there was a lot of the campsites on the lake side of the campground all had little private walking paths down to the Loon Lake. And so there's some first come, first serve campsites as well as reservation only campsites.
Okay.
So what we did was we didn't reserve anything going in there because we're going in on a Sunday. We're like,
likelihood
of finding an open campsite is pretty high.
Right.
And so we kind of drove through and then found, as we were kind of driving, coming around the loop, a guy stops us in a Sprinter van and he's like, hey, are you guys looking for a site? And we're like, yeah, kind of. We had a couple, picked out that we'd really like around the loop up there. And he goes, you guys want this site? I'm like, explain why. And I was like, but explain why? And are you here? Are you leaving? Or what's going on? He goes, this site is probably the best site in the campground. It has a private walking path down to the shore. You're 30 feet, 40 feet from the shore here. There's shade during the day. And you have a really nice parking. You're right next to the bathrooms. You're right next to the potable drinking water. Everything kind of lines up. You guys want this site and we're leaving in 20 minutes. I was like, okay, well, we need to go pay. Can we go there and just make sure you don't leave before we get back? He goes, yeah, no problem. So we got back and we pulled into the parking space and we had his Sprinter van and the dually with the cab over on it, fully in the parking space. That's how long of a parking spaces these are.
Yeah.
And then we just got lunch out and started eating lunch on the picnic table as they were finishing up packing their stuff. And then they were like, all right, we're ready to go. And so I pulled the truck out and they pulled out and pulled the truck back in and set up.
Sweet.
I will say I'm amazed that I never knew this campground was there, or at least I never knew where it was or to the extent of how nice of a campground it is.
Yeah. I knew it was there, but I've never seen it, never been to it, never really heard about it.
I never took the time to try and go find it. And it might be my top favorite campground.
Wow.
In Northern California right now.
Okay.
So
that's impressive.
I highly recommend. And because of the boat parking at the boat launch, I'm pretty sure that if you trailer your vehicle, it's $10 per day for day use.
Okay.
So if you trailer your vehicle and you're really concerned about theft or something up at the chalet and the trailer parking up at the chalet, you could probably park your truck and trailer in the the boat or RV dump parking lots for $10 a day. And it's a very nice campground. The camp hosts are very active around it. And it would be a really cool spot to camp at as well for 1 or 2 days on the front or back end or both of your wheeling trip on the Rubicon.
Yeah. I bet you could rent a campsite too and just leave it
probably
there.
Yeah. At every single parking space at every campsite is long enough for a truck and trailer.
Yeah. You're just paying more. at a campsite.
You're paying $36 per night instead of $10 per day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it's good to hear. I mean, I'm happy that it's so nice. I've heard people going up there. I've talked to like one of the guys that works at Monk's, who's one of the like brewers there, has told me, I'm going to Loon. I'm like, where are you going? He's, I'm going to go to the campground. I've always sort of assumed he was always heading to the North Shore one. Yeah. I'm like, because that's the only one I really knew.
Yeah.
And then I asked him like, so where do you camp? And he's like, oh, we're on the south side of the lake and we're over here. And I'm like, wait, there's a campground over there?
Yeah.
Like I had no idea. And he's like, yeah, that's where we camp. We drive there. We camp there one night and then we hike over to Spider. Like we drive up Friday, camp at Spider, or camp at Loon on Friday night, hike over to Spider, hang out all day long, come back over the mountain, come back to camp, hang out, sleep at Loon again on Saturday, and then pack up and drive home.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool.
Yep.
I told him one day we'll have to meet him. Like I'll drive to Spider.
Drive in there and meet him up there.
Yeah, and I'll paddleboard over to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never seen it or heard about it really into detail. So it sounds like it's fantastic.
It blows the North Shore campground out of the water.
Wow.
Easily, by far. Like I've stayed at the North Shore campground. It's pretty nice. Okay. It's a fairly nice campground.
Yeah.
I will never stay at North Shore ever again.
How long does it take to get from where the campground more or less starts to the pump station or whatever that
the power station
to Ice House Road? Ice House
campground
Road? Or how about from the South Shore campground to the spillway?
To the spillway, 5 minutes.
Really? It's that close off the road?
Yes. Because it's right off the road. You just can't see it because of all the trees right there.
Because that turn is not far from the chalet. Like it's 2 minutes from the chalet.
It's about a minute and a half driving to the chalet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Like I really want to go, and like if I'm ever going up to the Rubicon, like for the Morphlate trip, we're going in on Friday. I really want to go up Thursday morning and camp at the South Shore campground, hang out at Loon Lake all day Thursday, and then from there go and park my truck and trailer in the boat parking lot, and then head on into the fucking trail.
Yeah.
It's a really nice I'm blown away. I'm blown away at this campground is there, and it's as nice as it is.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. So the family had a great time.
Family had an awesome time.
You just laked it the whole time for the most part?
Yep. Laked. We were there. We got in there Sunday right around noon. Had our lunch, waited for the other family to leave. And then, like I said, we got set up and immediately got into our swimsuits. Oh, I got a new swimsuit.
I saw it.
I had it on over at Trek, and people were, they were enjoying it. And then I had it on and I took it to the Loon Lake, and the secretary hates it.
I bet.
She hates it so much, but I got so many people laughing and so many thumbs up. I'm like, it just brings joy to people. Yeah. It's hilarious.
The assistant saw that ad. Sent it to me and said, do you need a new swimsuit?
You should have said yes.
I should have said yes.
So anyways, it's essentially like it looks like you're wearing an American flag bikini bottoms for men. And like the rest of the shorts, like the legs are a digital print of like a hairy thigh.
Yeah.
Bare hairy thigh. And then it has digital print of like pubes coming out from around the American flag mankini.
It's like a Speedo, right?
It's a Speedo for sure.
But is it a thong on the back?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So
it's
a
also
thong.
shows your butt cheeks are not yours. It's a digital printed hairy butt cheeks on the back too.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of times when we were hanging out at the lake, or I was walking around the campground, and somebody near me walking by me would just start erupting in laughter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's so funny? And then I look over at them and they're just laughing at me. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm wearing the shorts still. So great comedic relief for everybody around. But
glad you could do that.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hung out in the lake pretty much all day Sunday.
Nice.
All afternoon up until dinner time, about 6 p.m. And it was fun. Reed was actually enjoying being held out in the lake while I was at, stomach height in the water. So
nice. Has his head gone under the water yet?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
Nope. So we're taking it very much baby steps. He's very weary of water. So
that's good, but he needs to get him more comfortable.
I agree. So we did that. And then Monday we started packing up and left by like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So it was just starting to get hot already. And I was like, fuck, by the time we left, it was 85, something like that. By the time we got down into Placerville, it was 95.
Yeah.
Down in Placerville. And that was like 11 a.m., something like that.
Right. Yeah. We left at like 11. And by the time we got down into Fresno, it was like 107.
Yeah. Fuck the valley, man.
I know. We're like, oh gosh.
Yeah. So anyways, it was really cool. I'm very, very happy that we went to Loon. It was mainly just to get up out of the heat.
Yeah.
But it ended up being really fucking cool. And
nice.
I never would have guessed that was
so
there.
Was that the best campsite?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't get to go and walk around some of the others that there were other people at there, but it's pretty, it was a pretty good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, South Shore Campground, 6 out of 5 stars every time, as our buddy Lance would say.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you guys are up in the Loon Lake area and you have a night to stay or just want to go and drive through it, it's impressive just to drive through alone.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And those are my stories.
Nice.
That's what I got.
Yeah. Good weekend for both of us. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot happened on our end. I mean, we had an absolute blast. It's fun to go to national parks. I think there's an educational thing that I think happens, and I really enjoy showing off the land and the value of our land to the kids and try to like educate them to that aspect. And I think the Shaka-Tour thing's fun too, because you're learning things that you would never know, as you're driving down. I do think I've come to the conclusion that I like the Shaka-Tours, but they talk too much. Okay. And so it's like, I want to listen to the thing I'm interested in. I don't there's too much talking in between on some of them. Okay. And I'm like, so I just want to like turn it off until I get to the spot that I want to know more about and then listen to that. And I want to have conversation in the car or just silence to some extent, which was near impossible with this trip. Yeah. With my nephew, man, that guy does not shut up. But I think it's the only child syndrome thing. Yeah. There has to be something going on or whatever. Plus his mind, he has all the ADHD, HD, AD, all the letters. Yeah. Yeah. And so I think his mind's just going 100 miles an hour, so, which I get it. My entire family says my nephew is exactly how I was when I was that age. Okay. So I fully understand it. Yeah. Yeah. The running joke is like, how is my nephew so underneath my brother when he's exactly like me? Yeah. And I'm like, well, it just means my brother had all the same problems that I did. He just was able to somehow suppress them. Yeah, exactly. And my nephew and I never figured that out. Yeah. Yep. So, but we had a blast, and it sounds like you had a great trip too.
Had a good time.
So cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, that does it. Lengthy episode for you guys on Thursday, but hopefully you guys got some fun stories out of it all and get to live vicariously through Jimmy and I going and have some fun in the outdoors. We got some more informational updates for you guys coming on Monday. And then, of course, as always, a fun snail mail episode for you guys tomorrow. So if you guys have any feedback, comments for us, you know where to reach us. The Discord's super popular. Lots of really fun conversations going on. We're adding more channels. There's the camp cooking has taken off. Yeah. There's some fun little recipes in there that people do and fun ways to do them with limited resources when you're out camping. It's very creative. I think it's been fun to watch
the non-pizza.
Yeah, the non-pizza,
non-bread with then pizza on top. I thought was really clever.
Yeah, I did too. So I was like, that's a great way to do it. So anyways, a lot of really cool stuff going on in Discord. Go check it out. The link for it is down in the show notes for you guys. There's voicemails. Give us a call if you have any feedback, whatever you want to say. We don't care what it is. We don't screen them usually, and we'll have some fun with it on Fridays. Outside of that, I think that about does it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. Any final words to wrap up the show for everybody, Jimmy?
Well, I was just thinking if anybody, at least in the Sacramento area, needs AC work, you can go to, what's the company?
Polar Bear Auto Care.
Polar Bear Auto Care, and just say, the guy with the penis.
Yes. Yeah, the stainless steel plate penis.
Or the stainless steel dog.
Yeah, they've also named Fiona a gravedigger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so anytime Fiona's in the shop, they're like, hey, gravedigger's back.
There you go.
So there you go.
So now you have an in.
There you go. And with that, my friends, keep crawling. You got any jokes?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Did you know
The Muffin Man.
that milk
Mhm.
is the fastest liquid?
Okay. Why?
Because it was past your eyes before you even knew it.